Hello, my lovely friend. Welcome back. All right, let me do my title here. You are now listening to the On to Purpose Paycheck. Oh, sorry, they messed that one up. I was going to try to do a jingle. Oh my goodness, can't even do the jingle right. Welcome to the podcast On to Purpose Over a Paycheck. I am your host, Troy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so this week's episodes are all geared from moving, and now that we understand how our nervous system works, we're now moving into how we become a signal of frequency and energy to start attracting what we want, right? And so today's podcast is titled Why Chasing Results Quietly Weakens Your Signal. All right? So this isn't an anti-goal episode. This is going to be an embodiment episode. We're going to talk about embodiment. All right. So when we look at this, chasing is a nervous system posture. We tend to chase for things, right? We do this. We either tend to chase or we tend to obsess over it, and we don't let it go. And we have to let it go because that's how the work works, right? So chasing is a nervous system posture. What it does is it communicates not enough yet, not safe yet, not stable yet. Even when things are going well. I've had that experience this past week. I've had experience of that this past week because I did a master class this past weekend for 2 days. It was a 2-day event. We talked about the nervous system. We talked about how it's is in control of what we attract in our life, right? Because our nervous system is who we are. When I was doing those master classes, I was thinking to myself, there were times that I was like, this is not enough yet. Like I don't feel safe yet. I feel I'm not stable. I just don't feel it. And we talked about that because there's a lot to it. Even though I'm doing well, I will find myself with my nervous system reverting back to the old identity that it's not enough yet. Am I safe? Am I stable? What happens is your body does not experience goals. What it does is it experiences the pressure that you put on yourself to achieve the goals. And so what happens is when we start to put that pressure into our goals, when results happen, they become emotional safety. And then what happens is your frequency starts to get a little bit of static in it and there's no stability. Think about the times when you're listening to the radio, if you still listen to radio stations. And if you get to an area where the signal is disrupted, it gets staticky. It starts coming in and out. That's what happens when we start putting pressure on our goals. We're not feeling safety and our emotional state changes. Then our signal becomes staticky or unstable. So this is why people often feel worse during success. Because, boy, this is like speaking to me right now. Because their nervous system is still operating from lack. Hello, that's me right there. That is me right there. That is my personal journey right there. I am pursuing everything and all that I can. I look at what I have control over, what I'm focusing on, what I'm trying to attract and bring in, and I will find myself still functioning from the sense of lack. But what that tells us is we do not need to rebuild. What we need to do is stop using the outcomes to regulate ourselves. We need to stop thinking of the results. I will tend to think like, Okay, I have a master class coming up on February 22nd. It's a one-day event. I've opened 30 spots. And the outcome that I want is I want all 30 spots filled. So I will focus on that. And when I do that, that's what happens with my signal. My signal gets disrupted because I'm too focused on the numbers, the success of having 30 people sign up. And I'm not focused on calibrating myself, regulating and stabilizing my nervous system. When if I do all of that, then whatever the outcome is, I'll be satisfied with. There will be no lack of. And that's what happens. When we get ourselves stabilized, we've got our frequency, we've got that signal strong enough, ready. This clean signal comes from trusting the process. It tells us that we have our emotional stability. It says that we have a great pace going on internal, and we are self-consistent. We cannot be chasing it. When we choose to stop chasing, your nervous system stops broadcasting scarcity. Hello. Speaking to me. Remember, I told you I'm living as evidence. So when I got to stop chasing outcomes, get myself realigned and stabilized. And when I do all of that, then I'm going to stop broadcasting the scarcity. Our results will always respond to your identity stability. They will not respond to the emotional urgency. And the emotional urgency is like, we need the money now. We need the clients now. We need this to happen now. We need this now. I can't wait. I want that instant gratification. I want it to happen now. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. It won't work, friends. It won't appear. It won't happen. It won't manifest. Because your identity is not stable. You're working from this emotional urgency. The last couple of days, let me share this story with you. The last couple of days, my emotional stability has been crazily off the charts. And there has been a lot of emotional urgency. There's been a lot of emotional urgency. Because I'm focused on the outcome and the flow that I want, and I'm chasing that. And because of that, my body has gone through the ringer emotionally, which has caused some issues with my health. And finally, I recognized it and said, hold up. I was stabilized a week ago, and here I am now, unstabilized. My frequency is bouncing everywhere. My signal is so static. It's like a hodgepodge. I'm hitting this. I'm hitting that. I'm getting this. I'm not getting this. I'm attracting this that I don't want, and that's what's happening. It's because I'm not sitting with my nervous system saying I trust the process, safe and secure in receiving everything and anything that I want. I am in this emotional urgency, and I need to be down to the identity stability. I need to be at this identity stability. Because right now, what I'm doing in my life that I've noticed is I am broadcasting scarcity. My frequency, my signal right now is saying, because of the way I'm feeling, with the way my nervous system is calibrated right now, I am broadcasting scarcity, is what I found out. So now I've been shifting back into using my tools that I taught in my last master class to calibrate and realign my nervous system. I have to do that more. I have to step up that practice. Excuse me. And because I did that, my emotional urgency is slowly disappearing, and my identity stability is rebuilding itself back up to strength. It's rebuilding back up that strength. So when you're looking at what you're trying to attract, understand this, that friend, it is not an easy process. And let me tell you something. I'm going to be open and honest with you. It is difficult to do this all by yourself. That's why I have a coach. That's why I have a coach. And the purpose of my coach is to continue checking in and helping me and guiding me to continue staying stabilized, keeping my identity stabilized, to remove that emotional urgency, to now broadcasting the signal out of attracting who I am. So if you're going through something like this and you're doing it by yourself, friend, I highly encourage you to get a coach. I highly encourage you to get a coach. Because the thing about it is that it's difficult. I've done this for many years where I've done it all by myself, and this is why I'm living as evidence. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to work by yourself. I hate to say that. I'm not trying to promote. I'm not trying to be salesy. I'm just being open and honest about it, that it's not going to be an easy journey if you're doing it by yourself. You might consider getting a coach. I don't use friends as my coach because sometimes we're not aligned. That's why I have an external person. Because of all of this that we're talking about today leads into that. So, if you're looking for someone as a coach, hey, I've got some packages that we can talk about. Again, everything's in my link tree. All right, everything's in my link tree. All right, now I'm going to be salesy. February 22nd, one-day event, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I am doing a master class that is going to talk about get what you want without forcing it. It's going to take everything that we're talking about, this signal business, and we're going to coach you through, give you tools and techniques, give you a good understanding of how to shift yourself from ready to stop pushing for things and start receiving things. And that's what the whole masterclass is going to be on. It's February 22nd. Only 30 spots are available. It's $55. Won't break the bank, but it is an investment for you. $55. You can go to my link tree, register, and then you'll have your spots reserved for February 22nd. A wonderful masterclass. It's a one-day event. Get what you want without forcing it is the title of it. So, if you're ready to take that leap, you're ready to become this new signal for yourself, let's go for it. Let's go for it, friend. All right. Just want to remind you that, remember, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. As always, talk to you soon.